know that, my friend. He's been trapped in his own mind, but it don't matter. He's got more time for the lover to arrive. If he's still alive, he could be revived, but he's dead inside, and he said it's fine. What a lovely lie.
All right. What's up, guys?
What's
Section
up?
of hay here.
Smugs.
The legendary Smugs. This is going to be a tier list video on the weapons that we have used throughout Season 1 of the Extinction Only Using Blank series. So, we're going to go through, give our thoughts, our experiences individually. We might disagree on certain guns depending on how we used them. There are varying play styles. Some guns are going to be absolute poo-poo trash tier. Some guns are going to be top of the board. And we're going to do this once per season. The guns may actually change our opinion on them depending on what map we use them on. So a gun's position this season might not be the same next season.
Exactly. So, what we've got here, we've got our tier list pulled up, and then we've got a fancy wheel, so that this isn't just like a regular tier list where, you know, you read off, because then you can have a little bit of a bias, you know, if you're reading straight off a list. So, spice it up a little bit, and we'll spin the wheel to see what weapon we're going to choose, and then we'll get into it.
All right.
So the first wheel spin.
Round and round it goes. Where it stops, no one knows.
No one knows.
Okay, that's a good first one.
Oh,
is it gonna roll over?
The
garage.
It did. Okay. All right.
See, this is a weird one because we just finished using it.
Yeah.
Well, you did. I chose the P226 like an idiot.
Yeah. So I guess this is on our pistols is kind of going to be our personal.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So the thing about my opinion on the garage is that it's obviously the best pistol. Like it's goated.
Yeah, obviously.
But compared to other, are we comparing it within its own class or to other weapons? Because pistols are kind of a thing of their own.
Well,
you have them at all times.
I think we need to compare them to the two main categories. Compare them to their class, and just compare them in terms of how good it was in gameplay. So I don't think we should be comparing LMGs and SMGs the same. Like, we shouldn't be comparing an SMG to an LMG. We should compare it for what it is, how it is in its class, and how it was when we used it.
I guess my opinion then for the Grotch would be mid.
Yeah, I would agree, because it's really good. Don't get me wrong, it's the best in its class, but it was really easy, and that kind of takes away from it for me.
Yeah. Great pistol. Yeah, fun to use.
I'm with mid.
But
on that one.
It's not. It doesn't shine out among any like the normal weapons by any means.
Yeah. All right.
Good start. Good start.
Yes.
What do we have? Like 20?
21, I think.
21. Okay.
Kastet.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, we just got done using this one.
Literally just used that today.
Yeah. Let's remove it from the list. Okay. So. I gotta be honest, man. I did not like that thing very much. It had the same ammo capacity as the Panzerfaust, but it's so much less damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna say shit. I hate to put it that low because like it does kill, and it kills a lot at the same time.
Yeah, maybe doo-doo.
I would say doo-doo, but at the same time, you have to completely sacrifice armor or any other team booster just to be able to refill the damn thing.
That's very true. Yeah,
it just sucks all around using that thing.
Yeah, that's a valid take. We'll put it in shid. We'll put it in shid for now.
We can reevaluate them when we're all done with them.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll
opinions may change once other context gets on the board.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Let's see what we got.
Oh,
dude!
I thought I was about to be a winner there.
I'm sorry, I did not like this gun very much.
Really? Okay.
No, like
okay. So that's
in terms of all of the LMGs, it is the worst by far.
Okay.
In my opinion, it's not strong.
Or SMGs, you mean?
It is. Oh yeah, SMG. Sorry.
So yeah, it definitely
like when you
isn't.
Compare it to the Bizon and the Vector. It's just
it's
really
definitely one of the lower, if not the lowest performing SMG. Yeah, I mean
for me,
at least out of point because we're not thinking the entirety of extinction. This
exactly.
is in
It's just
point of
it's for point of contact. Yeah.
And is it better than the Vector, MTAR, VEPR even? No, I don't think it is. I think you're right. Even the Bizon.
For me, it's doo-doo.
Yeah.
For me, it's doo-doo.
I would say so too.
Yeah.
It chews through ammo, and it has.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It
yeah.
chews through ammo, has a high fire rate, but does less damage than the Vector.
It has less ammo in the mag than the Bizon.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
it's just,
I agree with that. That's a valid pick.
it's just not worth it.
Doo-doo.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Oh.
SC 2010. This was another strange one.
Yeah, that was a very weird one. We both got kind of bamboozled. We did the AR video, picked this thing up, tried to shoot it, and we both realized it was single auto single auto. Oh my god,
Semi-auto.
yeah, semi-auto at the same time, and we both got confused. Like, did we miss a DMR in the DMR video?
Yeah. It wasn't a bad gun though.
I don't think it was bad. Yeah,
But
for an
it
AR,
wasn't- I don't know if I'd call it reliable, just because of it being an AR and being semi-auto. It kind of takes away from it a bit, but it was strong.
yeah, like it's strong. But I think semi-auto weapons like that, if it's not a high damage like a DMR, I don't think it has a good place in Extinction, because the aliens, like maybe in zombies, but the Extinction aliens are so fast. I had a unique experience with this weapon because I found a burst fire, and I had never gotten a chance to try it on one of those weapons. Equipped it, and it was actually a lot better with that. But we're considering the weapons as you find them, as they're intended to be used. So,
Thinking mid, maybe.
yeah, I would absolutely say mid, if not doo-doo. It's not terrible.
Yeah,
Definitely not good.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was okay. It was average, right in your middle of the line type deal.
What do we got?
I2.
I2. I considered making an additional tier just for that weapon. Yeah. Yeah.
This gun was not good, guys.
This
gun was not good.
We didn't have a lot of choices for DMRs. There's more in the DLC maps, but on point of contact, it's the IA2 or the MR28. I believe those are the only two.
Yeah.
And the MR28 just outclassed it in every single way.
Yeah, it did. I agree.
Because I picked it up thinking, oh, this thing fires really fast. You'll make up for damage with rate of fire, but you don't. You have to hit a scout 2 or 3 times.
See, if they would have put it in the first area,
yeah,
it might have been okay, because you're only dealing with scouts. But putting this in the town, where you have everything, it did not, like, just even killing a hunter. What was it, like 5 shots for a hunter?
Yeah, and that is without an arc. But I think it's only fair to rank these things in their state without an arc, because most viewers probably don't have Master Scavenger, and even if you do, you're not guaranteed to find an arc to use it on there. So
yeah, that's right.
This is the way that you would likely be using it. The
And
arc does give it a lot of extra damage,
and that was with Weapon Specialist.
It was, yeah. That's another huge thing. I'm glad you brought that up. Weapon Specialist at its max gives you 75% more bullet damage. And if your weapon is still not cutting it, imagine how the medic feels.
Yikes!
Yeah, he's in the trenches.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. What is next?
Oh,
MTAR-X?
oh my god, dude, they're just teasing us right now.
The MTAR-X is solid.
MTAR-X, that was like the underdog for that. It's been a while since we did SMGs.
That was definitely the one that I did not expect to do as good as it did.
I literally
picked it up in the last area and
picked it up simply so I could say that I used it, because I wanted to showcase every weapon.
Yeah.
That thing, I honestly wish it was earlier on in the map.
Right.
Which I think it is on other maps.
It is, yeah.
Really good. Really
I'm thinking
good.
reliable.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
Definitely. It was solid.
Yeah. Next one's gonna be the MR28.
And we've gone full circle.
We have gone full circle, indeed. MR28 for a DMR, it's good.
It is, yeah. I wouldn't say it's goated compared to the weapons that you could also pick up in the map, but I would say reliable.
Definitely.
Very good. I mean, it was one-shotting scouts. I think 2-shotting hunters, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
2-shotting scorpions.
And it actually did pretty damn good against the rhino.
It did, yeah.
It held its own. Granted, there's 2 of us, but still, it did good. It held
I think
its own.
I remember in that video, I remember counting, like, I counted each individual shot on the rhino in the town. I think it was 8.
That's not bad,
I think it killed in 8 shots.
Oh, there you go. So here's yours.
Yeah.
P226, for those of you that don't know, that's just the basic starter pistol you get in Extinction.
Yeah.
I don't have much experience with it, so I'll let you take the floor on this one.
You use it until level 9, and then you use the pistol you get after that. That's pretty much it. I went back to use it because for the pistols only video, I knew how the garages are. Any experienced player knows how good the garages are. It sucks. The P226 absolutely sucks, and it has an absurd amount of recoil for what it does. It's terrible.
It kind of does have a lot of recoil. Is it quite shid?
Can I recommend? I would say shid, yeah. Okay. I would absolutely say shid. Okay. Even with the ARC upgrade, if you have pistol ARC attachment, which I do, even with that and akimbo, it was still from the barrier hive in the spawn area, or the motel. I would be standing right where that red barrel is from the sign, just like maybe 15 feet, and I would use half of both my mags to kill scorpion. It was absolutely horrendous.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
also, my fingers were sore by the end of that game.
Oh yeah.
Hated it.
I guess you ain't practicing enough.
Yeah. I don't know why I chose it. It was stupid.
We also just got done using this one.
I only used it for a little bit. I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one because I didn't use that very much this video.
So this thing, if you have weapon specialist and you can get the quick reload speed, it's actually pretty good.
Okay.
It pretty much one-shots anything except the rhinos as long as you're close enough and you get a good hit on them.
Right.
But without weapon specialist or having the faster reload, it was rough. The thing takes a minute to reload. But seeing as I guess we kind of have to consider all of these with weapon specialist since that's what we used on every video.
Yeah, I mean any solo player is going to be using weapon specialist. Yeah. There's no brainer.
It was good. It did good damage, and there's a it should be worth noting. Engineer does more. I don't know how much more, but it says it does more explosive damage. Exactly.
I've not tested that. Your mileage may vary. Exactly. I also do remember you telling me I was expecting it to be like a Scorpion sniper in the final hive area because it has the optic on it. Yeah. But I remember you telling me it had some rocket deviation in the flight path.
It's very slight, but if something's like, for example, I was up top. You climb the ladder and go left where the jump across is.
Yeah.
I was at that edge of the jump, and there was a scorpion up above the hive, kind of where the trees are on the cliff. And I shot at him, and it deviated just slightly and went over him. So it's not much.
Okay.
But when you're at that range, it's a lot less consistent one shot.
Right.
So it's not bad, but if you're, I don't know, if you're within 20 feet of something, it's pretty spot on.
I was not that it's relevant to this particular video, but it makes you wonder because I think it is on Exodus as well.
It is.
If you were to use it on something like a gargoyle, you know how high those sit on average. You think the deviation is bad enough to miss those if you're aiming?
Depends on how high and far away they are.
Okay.
I would say probably not because the gargoyles tend to stay relatively close unless they're just spawned in.
Right.
I think it'll be okay, but in comparison to the Kastet, it's infinitely better.
Yeah,
I mean,
gotcha.
You get the same amount of ammo, and
that's true.
Once you get weapon specialists upgraded, they reload about the same. The only difference is the movement speed with it. So it's a lot better, but I don't know if I'd quite call it reliable, but it's at least mid. I'll give it at least mid.
I mean, it'll kill aliens, and it took out everything except for Rhino. So
yeah,
I mean, I'd say good weapon.
Yeah, and the splash damage on it's pretty good too.
Yeah,
when we were in the first area and we had it, which by the way, you guys are gonna see the video we're talking about before this tier list, so don't worry, we're just talking ahead of ourselves. But
yeah,
if I had a group of 4 scouts or so, if they were just huddled kind of near the drill, we'd kill them all. So I mean, it's definitely decent.
It sucks having to to actually dedicate one person on your team to dropping team explosives to refill it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you do get a lot of bang for your buck.
Exactly.
How much you're hitting.
Here we go, baby.
Ooh, okay.
Here we go.
That's a good one. Okay.
Here we go. Oh man, this is another gun. I really enjoyed using this thing.
I do too.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially
So-
when you get Sniper Deadeye. But
Yeah.
if you don't have Sniper Deadeye, it can be a little bit more tricky.
I don't know exactly. This one's tricky. I don't know where to place it because there are 3 or 4 different things or factors that affect this gun drastically. One is weapon specialist.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, 4. There's 4 things. For one, difficulty. Casual difficulty, I've played with the L115 on both. On casual, no upgrades, no nothing, it will one-shot scouts.
Right.
And it will one-shot hunters.
Right.
On normal difficulty, it will one-shot scouts, but will not one-shot hunters. Which is kind of a pain, because later on when you do get the L115, there tend to only be hunters as the weakest enemy. So
Although it kind of just seemed to be really inconsistent, because sometimes they would one-shot.
it did, yeah.
Like even with Sniper Deadeye, it was very inconsistent.
Yeah, and Sniper Deadeye is a skill where it's not that expensive, but it's an army upgrade that essentially makes the entirety of the cryptid's hitbox a critical, and as opposed to just that kind of red sliver between their face armor. That drastically affects the effectiveness of it, and an arc as
Honestly,
well.
I think and in the snipers video, if you guys didn't see it, we got 4 arcs, right?
We got 4
All
arcs,
of our guns had arcs
We also
on
had
them.
weapon specialists, so we had everything going for it.
Exactly.
I do have personal experience with this weapon on normal difficulty without arc, and even before I had Sniper Deadeye.
Yeah.
In that base configuration, I'm going to say mid.
Yeah.
Because the speed in which you can kill, like how many cryptids you can kill back to back, with how accurate you have to be.
Right.
It's high risk, high reward. I would say mid. If you have all those upgrades going for it, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say goated, but it's a good gun.
Yeah.
Very good, especially if you're on like a 4-player team or something.
I'd say for what it is, in comparison to the other sniper that we'll get to, I don't know. It's tough because it was good, but it's one of those guns, and I guess when you're using snipers in general, it's one of those things where you got to move a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there isn't really... Same with launchers that we just recorded. There's not really downtime. You got to kind of be on your feet. And it just makes the game a lot more challenging, which is fun. But I'm with you. I'm thinking mid.
Yeah. It pains me to put it there, but I think...
I do love the gun, though. It's a great gun. I love it
realistically,
multiplayer, but...
everyone that would be using this gun, most of the people that be using this gun, probably don't have everything going for it that we did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's going to affect it.
It's also worth noting, side take, the Sniper Deadeye, initially, I think we both thought that it just turned every hit into a normal crit hit.
Right.
But being as inconsistent as it is, I wonder if they coded a multiplier for where you could hit. It's still a crit, but its multiplier is different.
Oh, so you're saying, like, instead of having a face crit, the whole body's a crit, but if you hit the original face crit, it's more?
Yeah.
That would kind of make sense, actually, because the hit markers do look different.
Yeah.
Like when it was being inconsistent. I'd have to test that and figure that one out. But yeah, definitely there were times where you would one-shot a hunter, and then there were times where you'd two-shot it.
Yeah.
Same with scorpions, and that didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
But good gun, nevertheless.
Oh, yeah. Really fun in multiplayer.
Very, very fun gun to use.
VK, and there we go.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Its counterpart. So, this gun, like, I remember when we did snipers, we both maxed pistols so that we could use them both.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of worked really well together.
They did.
But taking it for what it is on its own, I'd kind of say it's the same. It's kind of mid, too. Which I kind of feel bad because, to me, the L15 is better than the VKS. But for actual gameplay and using them, they're kind of both mid.
So the weird thing about the VKS is, we're only ranking this in regards to point of contact. We'll get to how it performs on other maps later on. I'll go ahead and spoil the secret a little bit. The VKS is god tier.
Yeah.
On other maps. Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't personally use it solo because it makes you vulnerable unless you want to pick up another primary.
Right.
But the VKS easily does the most damage in the game with an arc. And all of its upgrades. You can do some ridiculous damage with it.
Right.
On point of contact, though, there's nothing like... There's no ancestors, there's no gargoyles, there's no mammoths, there's nothing... I mean, apart from the barrier hives themselves, nothing is like a bullet sponge.
Right.
Rhinos don't really... They're not a problem with good guns.
No.
And on point of contact, having that much damage is kind of overkill when you could just have something to deal with all the stuff running at you.
Right.
Yeah, I think for point of contact, I'd agree with you, mid.
Yeah. It's not a, like... And you gotta keep in mind, the mid-tier... I know a lot of people in their tier list mids, like, normally mids used for, like, shit, but I still thought it was a pretty solid gun.
Yeah. I think Nightfall is going to showcase it a lot better with, you know,
absolutely.
The breeder being there as kind of a bullet sponge. Yeah.
You know what is going to suck?
What's that?
L115 inside.
I'm trying not to think about that. I don't...
Whew. We'll get to that one.
Yeah.
We'll cross that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Oh,
that one's going to be rough. FP6.
FP6, okay.
So, FP6. Good gun. Good gun, but when you compare it to the rest of the shotguns, it's definitely the worst.
Yeah. I'm starting to notice a trend that like a lot of the guns, it's just like everything's mid, there's a couple good and a couple shit.
Yeah.
Bars. I don't know if this is because I just don't want to put another one in mid yet because we've had so many back to back, or if I genuinely think
thinking it doo doo.
I'm kind of thinking it's reliable because like it never
really
there was never a situation where it didn't perform, except for rhinos. It doesn't do shit against rhinos.
Yeah.
Even with the arc, that was one gun where I think I even said it in the video. I don't feel like the arc changed it at all.
Right.
Weapon specialist did, but like it's. I think by definition it's reliable, but does it fit that tier?
I don't think so.
Second best, I don't know. If anything, reliable at the back end of reliable.
Right.
I don't know.
See,
or the top end of mid. I'd settle for that.
This is why we could have done more tiers, but I like this because it's making us think about it more.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just putting it somewhere.
Yeah,
See, me personally, I didn't really like it that much.
I don't either.
For me, it just felt like it didn't do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It just, in comparison to the rest of the shotguns, it was not it for me.
Yeah,
that's why for me it's kind of doo-doo.
It's that one gun where like you get a challenge early on, go get a shotgun, get 20 kills. You're like, oh, I gotta go grab the piece of shit, and has 5 shots, takes 20 minutes to reload.
Yeah, that's
yeah. I don't
see. I don't want to add more to mid either, but it kind of is. Like I don't think it deserves doo-doo.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
I don't think it is either because it's like not as. It's definitely more effective, at least in its range it's intended for, than the CBJ.
Right, exactly.
But I don't know. Maybe above the CBJ.
I mean, we can add it on to mid. We've still got a lot.
Yeah, I'd put it on mid because we're probably gonna rearrange a few of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say mid for now.
We've got a bunch of good guns still to go through.
All I'll say is there's probably a reason that never returned on any of the other maps.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Now, the MTS-255. All right.
Yeah.
Fuck what you heard. This gun, I'm not going to say it's goated, but it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Dude, it's solid.
It is very solid.
Very fun to use, too.
I think I'm just going to go ahead. Where's it at here? I'm going to go ahead and put it reliable.
Yeah.
Because it's a very good gun.
Yeah, for as far as shotguns goes, I've only ever really cared about the Bulldog, but that particular gun almost felt as effective just with less ammo in the mag.
Right.
I mean, you could spam that thing quick. I'm fairly certain you could drop a Rhino in one mag with it. It had 5, I think.
Yeah.
I think you could if you got up close. I think in an arc, I think you could drop a Rhino in 5. Very good gun.
Yeah, it was solid.
It's a shame it's only at the end of point of contact.
Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised with that one.
That should have been in the town for sure.
Yeah. We've got SA-805.
SA-805.
This one, mean, it's very similar to the AK-12 to me. Those two are kind of like the same gun.
I remember it being fast, and I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
I actually, in the video, thought I had rapid fire on when I didn't, because you shot yours, and I'm like, oh, that is how fast it is.
It is very fast.
But the damage, the rate of fire and the damage is making me think it's like the CBJ. It kind of doo-doo.
Yeah.
Not horrible, but I don't think it's as good as the guns we have in mid.
It's not bad, but like I said, if you compare it to the AK-12, for example, the AK-12 is just slightly less fire rate.
Yeah.
Very slightly, but the AK-12 does a lot more damage.
Can you get rapid fire on the AK-12? Was that something we found?
I don't think we found one, but I would think you could.
Yeah, I don't think I ever found one on it.
Because I'm pretty sure every class can take a rapid fire, except for DMR, snipers, and obviously launchers.
And shotguns. Yes, like all the full auto stuff,
but
I guess.
So I guess really just your ARs, your LMGs, and your SMGs. I'm pretty sure they can all take rapid fire.
That sounds right.
But yeah, I'm with you. I'm thinking kind of doo-doo.
Yeah.
Let's see what is going to be next.
7 left? Yeah, 7 left.
7 left.
Getting down to some tough choices here. That's not a tough choice.
Yeah, this is goated.
Yeah, instantly goated. That thing could have a tier on its own.
Yeah, this is goated.
Bulldog, absolutely phenomenal in any map. If you are struggling to beat any map in Extinction, pick up the Bulldog, especially if you have the ARC. You will win.
Yeah. Without an ARC, it's not bad by any means. It is. Enemies are a little bit more spongy with it, but it's still so good for what it is. Especially if you have weapon specialist, because the reload speed's so quick on it. If you have, I didn't even have extended mags, but the reserve's like 52.
Yeah. And then it goes really to good. 9 in the tube, 72 in reserve with extended mags.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
phenomenal.
Yeah. It's one of the best guns for sure.
Use it if you haven't.
Yeah, exactly. This is another one that
Bizon.
I gotta be honest. Wait, hold on. Intermission. Hold on. Anyways, Bizon. Sorry, I didn't mean to just crop dust you there.
Oh no, you're good.
Kind of wanted the mic to pick it up, you know. But no, Bizon. This one for me is going to be torn between goated and reliable, because it was
okay.
Good.
Interesting.
I love
the reaction
Bizon.
to the wheel hitting it. I thought you were going a different direction with that.
No, okay. Dude. I love the Bizon.
I love how much ammo it had.
Yes.
Had like 0 recoil.
0 recoil, high fire rate, good damage. It was just it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Solid.
Definitely my favorite of the SMGs.
Yeah, I would say so too. I'm a little biased towards the VEPR because I like the way it looks and sounds.
Yeah.
But I would say it's probably the best of the SMGs.
I'm thinking goated for the Bizon. I thought it was really good. It's either goated or top end of reliable.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I was gonna say reliable, but I'll settle for bottom of goated. Yeah.
Bottom of goated?
Yeah, because
okay.
I mean, it's of point of contact, it's the best SMG, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the Vector I think comes close, but the Vector has way more recoil, way less ammo.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think it's a contest there.
It's just too good. We still got a lot of SMGs on here too, but we're gonna get the chainsaw, baby.
Oh my!
Oh man!
God!
I like
back bangers.
I was gonna say, does there even need to be?
No, it doesn't. Yeah, that's exactly where it's got to stay.
Yeah,
just behind the Bulldog.
It's just look. If you guys haven't used the chainsaw, it is a little bit. It's not ideal because it's all the way in the barn, but oh man,
it's also a little bit.
It's
meta.
It is meta.
It's okay.
It is meta.
There's a reason for that.
There's a reason for that. It is
Stereotypes
so
exist for a reason, people. Carry on.
I think we can leave that there. Yeah, sure. But yeah, it's such a good gun, especially if you get an ARC and extended mags. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. We were just talking about this one, the AK-12. Solid gun. Solid gun. I mean, this one to me, Like I said, it's just the better version of the SA-805.
Yeah, I never had an issue with it. I do remember in the video saying a couple times I wish I could have found a rapid fire for it to see if maybe it could just push a little bit more DPS, but it never let me down, and I never had an enemy like not go down when I needed them to. It was good.
Definitely reliable.
Yeah, for sure. The definition of reliable.
Yeah, the definition.
Good gun.
Yeah. 3 left.
Oh, man.
Get down to it. Looks like we're going to get the Vector.
Vector.
So it's another one we were just kind of talking about.
It's good. It's not bad by any means.
It is good. But when you put it with the SMGs, it's I don't know if I'd say it's the worst.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not as good as the MTAR-X,
Yep.
in my opinion.
I'm not going out of my way to get it.
No.
It's in the beginning.
I'd get the VEPR over the Vector any day.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
it's in the beginning, and if that challenge shows up in the first area, which it typically does, use an SMG or a shotgun, I'm going for the VEPR.
Yeah.
I like the accuracy. I like the damage. I just love the way it looks and sounds, too.
Yep.
I don't think anything is really exceptional about it, to be honest.
I'm thinking it's mid. I mean, I know we got a lot in mid, but...
But, I mean, that's kind of the way it is. You're going to have outliers on both ends. Mid's probably going to have the most.
Exactly. Now on to the last 2. It's going to be M27.
M27 IAR.
Dang.
That's tough. What are we thinking?
I don't know if it's as good as the chainsaw to me.
Definitely not. No, definitely not.
It's definitely, it's at least reliable. I mean, it's a really solid gun. It's got a fast fire rate. I think it's a little bit faster than the chainsaw, isn't it? I mean, it shoots pretty damn quick.
With rapid fire? Or you're saying without rapid fire, like default fire rate? I think so. Yeah, I think it is. It doesn't have as much damage as the chainsaw.
No, it's not quite as much.
But the chainsaw also has kind of a bloom because you can't aim down sight with it. It's just the tight spread.
Yeah.
I think the chainsaw has more theoretical damage, depending on how far you're aiming at somebody.
Right.
M27 has its place. Way back in the day, I used to just full cheese out and get the chainsaw and the M27.
Right.
Had the chainsaw for watering the Chechens, and then I'd have the M27 for, picking up scorpions off in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
say reliable.
Yeah, to me, I think top of reliable is what it should be at, because it's definitely better than what we've got in reliable right now.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a very, very good gun.
Then the last one's the VEPR. I mean,
last one is the VEPR.
To me, that's it is reliable.
Mm-hmm.
It is reliable, but to me, it's not close. It's nowhere near the Bizon, but I do think it's much better than the Vector.
I also don't think it's as good as the MTAR-X, which isn't reliable.
Yeah.
So I think.
So I'm thinking bottom of reliable.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, I can't put it above the AK-12.
No, AK-12 outranges it for sure. It's yeah. Okay, so there's the list as we have it.
So this is the raw, unedited list. So
yeah, let's run it from the top.
We'll start at the top. So I am fine with the goated tier. I don't
think it needs any changes. That's solid.
Yeah.
It perfectly demonstrates the way we were trying to organize these. Is like you said, how do they stack up to their peers in their own class, and then how do they stack up to the rest of the options in the game?
Exactly.
The best shotgun, the best LMG, and the best SMG are up there.
Yeah, I mean, and when you look at each of these weapons, like, the game was not a challenge with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially the Bulldog. I mean,
yep.
It just was not a challenge in the slightest.
And the weapon classes that didn't make it into goated, the best weapon of that class was just not as good as these weapons.
Yeah. I mean, and, we go to our reliable tier. I think I'm fine with having the M27 and then the MTAR. I'm thinking MTS above the MR28. Just
over M28. Okay. So.
Just because of how surprisingly good it was. Like I thought it was gonna be awful. I thought it was gonna be a horrible gun.
Yeah.
And we were gonna.
Yeah, I kind of bought it for the memes, just because I was like, I got to show it off. We'll go on the back. Yeah. I knew we weren't gonna struggle because we were already doing really well.
Yeah.
We had shotguns.
But it ended up being a really solid gun.
M27 is definitely better than the MTAR-X.
Yeah.
MTAR-X is definitely better than the MTS-255. More usable than the MR28. MR28, I think, is like, I'm going to go out of my way to grab it less often than the AK-12 and the VEPR. Right. But I think it is better.
I think it is,
I actually do like where it sits.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think reliable tier is good.
We get to mid. I'm going to keep the Grotch at top of mid just because the only reason it's in mid for me is because it was too easy.
Yep.
Which, I kind of expected that because it's the best pistol in the game.
Yeah, it's the only relic you could have put on your class.
Yeah.
And not have an issue.
Yeah.
Like the other relics will make you hurt.
Like
that one's not bad. If
this tier list was solely off of how good or how easy the experience was, it would be goated.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
But
yeah.
It just wasn't enough of a challenge.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that's top of mid. The SC 2010. I don't know. I'm honestly thinking. I'm kind of feeling L115 and VKS over SC 2010.
I agree with that, yeah. And like I said, it hurts me to have the VKS in mid because, like, on paper, it's the best gun in the game.
Yeah.
Even more so than the Bulldog.
Yeah.
But we're talking point of contact. We're talking default weapon. Mm-hmm. You're level 1. You just picked it up off the fucking rocket spawn.
Yeah.
You're not going to have a fun time with it
on
point of contact because it doesn't serve much of a purpose on point of contact.
Exactly.
So
I like the top 4.
I think that's fair, yeah.
I'm thinking Panzerfaust at the bottom of mid. Just because when you compare it to the FP6 and the Vector, which, we're not trying to cross classes here, but these two guns are better.
Even with default ammo, you're having a better day with the Panzerfaust.
Exactly. Doo-doo, I'm just going to go ahead and slide
that's a good fix.
Yeah. Honestly, I was debating on putting the CBJ in SHID because I was not a fan of it. But
speaking of SHID, I think the Kastet is sitting a little too proud right now. Not going to lie.
Well...
Whoa! Oh yeah, the P226. Oh my god!
I don't know. This is your call.
Maybe we shoot the Kastet with the P226.
Kind of in the same kind of deal.
No, I mean like we just like shoot the Kastet because it fucking sucks with the P226.
Boom. Okay. Sure.
Would I use the P226 over the Kastet? I think I would. Is it better?
I probably would too.
Probably not.
Yeah, but you got to think. You can use Cryptid Slayer ammo with it. Now, if you're default, you can't do that, but you can run Weapon Specialist, get the most out of it, get it dual wield, get an arc if you have it. If not, you get a compensator.
Yeah.
And you can drop ammo for it. So
yeah, but like the day that I hear Babe wake up, Cryptid Slayer rockets were added to the game, we might be having a different conversation.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
That would be one hell of a day.
Be interesting. I'm content with that. I think that turned out pretty well. I wasn't sure exactly what this would look like on a list.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. It looks good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Like I said, the CBJ, you almost are SHID. You were so close to SHID, it's not even funny. But
you just wait. It's time's coming. It returns in Mayday.
Yeah.
And
in Mayday, dude? Nah.
You ain't gonna stand a chance in Mayday, brother.
Yeah, that gun is... That's not.
It's in the cargo area too, like the big area. Yeah, no.
Yikes.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a solid tier list, man.
I like it. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. These are, it's a mix of objective and biased opinions, as anyone would have. But I'm sure any one of you guys, if we had a conversation, we could probably swap a few of these.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there's valid points to everyone's side of that.
Yeah.
This is just our experience playing with these guns for the challenge video.
Exactly.
So,
well, with that's the send off for season 1, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
Wow. How many months has it been in the making from the beginning?
Let's see. I mean, we started because this is when I started the new channel, or this
late
channel.
June, maybe early July.
It was. It says 2 months ago on here.
Okay.
But if we view on YouTube, I can see the date. It was released on
July 9th.
Where'd you see that at?
Cut the top right side of the description. Is it July?
Oh, yeah, I'm blind. So yeah, July 9th. So that's
3 months?
That's exactly 3 months now. Yeah, because today's October.
Whoa,
Right?
3 months to the day.
3 months to the day.
How about that?
How fitting is that?
Wow.
That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, point of contact.
Done
I
and
mean,
dusted.
done and dusted. And what can you say for it? It's the starter map. It's a good one though.
Yeah.
It's always fun to go back to it.
I had a great time. I am ready to go to Nightfall though. I'm ready.
Look,
ready to move on.
we didn't get completionist on every video,
No,
but
we
we beat every video first try.
We did.
Nightfall-
We did not have a failure on any video.
Nightfall's gonna be a different story. I can see it now.
Yeah.
We are gonna struggle. Like
Although maybe not with our saving grace wild card that will be
maybe
introduced in season 2.
we'll see about that.
More
If
to
we
come
can,
on
if
that.
we can, if we can get that straightened out, yeah, it might be a work.
Big plans in the works.
Yeah, big plans, big plans. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks for being along for the ride. We're gonna keep uploading, hopefully, in between. Probably give it what, like maybe 2 months, a
Yeah,
month or
something
two.
like that. We're gonna check out Black Ops 6.
Yeah, we're gonna see if it's worth anything.
See what the hype's all about.
In the meantime, let us know what kind of content you guys want to see, because you know this is the one running series. We're thinking maybe some other zombies, like maybe some Infinite Warfare stuff,
Yeah,
or something like that.
It's a lot of different
God,
stuff we could
that's
do.
also gonna get us playing. We're playing the arguably 2 most hated COD games.
They're my 2 favorite, man.
Yeah, they're the 2 favorite.
I don't know what to tell you.
And but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. This is Smugs,
Section of Hate.
and we'll catch you all in the next video. See y'all, guys.
Take it easy.